This girl has been reborn 4 times. This time she wants to live an extraordinary life. Soon she entered grade school. She decided to give up social life and study hard. When she woke up to save her friendships, it was already too late. So in middle school she kept pushing just as hard. She finished first in her class. And the longtime #1 Mari dropped to second. Unexpectedly the two still ended up friends. Next, Mommy got into the best high school in the area. It was study and more study. She stayed at the top for 3 straight years. For college she entered the National Medical School. In a tiny rental she kept on studying. Hard work paid off. After graduation she joined a research institute, with a dream to break medical barriers and save human lives. She began her research path. During this time, she did not forget to do a few good deeds. First she saved her teacher. This time Mommy was smart. She brought a friend she ran into, and delayed the teacher's schedule, so the teacher avoided boarding the subway where trouble would have struck. Then she went with her sister to Grandpa's house, to fix his medication mix-up. Lastly she warned a married man with bad intentions, and kept her classmate Raina from being fooled. She was living with ease and purpose. After that Mommy threw herself into research. Endless experiments and papers were boring and dry, but for Mommy who had lived 3 lives it was nothing. She had one goal in her heart: produce results as soon as possible. That would count as a huge store of good karma. Maybe next life she could finally be born human. The dream was beautiful, but when she published her first mildly impactful work, 3 years had passed. On a rare trip home she kept reading papers. Her dad said her sister was bringing her boyfriend. So Mommy put down her work for the moment. She knew her dad wanted her advice on what kind of mindset to have when meeting a future son-in-law. Clueless Mommy suggested keeping it formal. Be a little dressed up. So on the day the boyfriend arrived, Dad wore a suit and even styled his hair, while the boyfriend showed up casual. No one could tell who was meeting whose parents. By then Mommy had returned to work. 2 more years went by. Mommy added more research achievements. She felt one step closer to a human rebirth. Her sister got married that year. Dad was still just as nervous. Mommy was full of emotion. In her first 3 lives she never lived past 33. This time she reached 35, and saw her sister's wedding for the first time. Even after living 130 years total, Mommy still felt reluctant to part. But in her heart she sent her blessings. While back home, Mommy met up with Mari. In this life, she was the only friend from her student years. Her old friends Maipo and Natsu from past lives. She tried to reconnect with them in grade school too, but clearly, they treated a top student like her with polite distance. Back then sticker swaps meant picking the rarest ones. This time they chose only the ordinary ones. Mommy understood. She could only watch her former friends, without fitting back in. Just then, Mari, who was also alone, greeted her. From then on they became friends. Years after graduation they met again today. They were chatting happily. When they ran into Maipo and Natsu, Mommy felt a rush of memories. But to Maipo and Natsu, she was just an old classmate. They exchanged